everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am trying my camera at a different angle today. It is way above my head. Normally I have this little arm thingy that hangs it right about here off to the side, and today I moved it to the shelving above me, so hopefully the volume is okay for one, and this way it won't be zoomed in as much. For some reason my pro video setting won't let me zoom out anymore, so it's always like cut off. So that's why we're trying it this way, and hopefully I don't spend an entire video with my voice too light and no one hears me. But today I'm just gonna go over everything I colored in October. This one is kind of wrinkly. This is actually a whip in Autumn Dreamlings. So I bought Crayola Escapes and Crayola Signature pencils just because I've always wanted to try them out, and I use them both on here. And then the background is my new Neo Color 2s that I just got. So I was testing those out on the background and kind of just did like a purple and pink fall theme. It's not very fall-like at all now, but still, it was fun. I just wanted to try those pencils. They're like the nicer Crayola pencils. The Escapes were okay. They're not too bad. They're similar to Castle Art, to be honest. And the signatures are a little softer. So I'm gonna play around with those a little more, and maybe I'll do a review. It's all wrinkly though because of the Neo colors, and it's not even done. I still have to finish the stars and stuff too. But that's one that I'm working on, and I'll hopefully finish. Let's see, another work in progress is this one here. It's from the Enchanted Halloween by Hannah Lynn. I'm doing this one with my Ohuhu alcohol markers and just kind of having fun with it. A little scarecrow fall theme, but it's pretty cute. And then I do have some completed pages in here. So first one, so I did this one also in here. This is done, background and everything. I used my Shapir Farbin pencils for this. They're a budget oil-based pencil, and they're honestly the best budget oil-based pencil I've ever come across. They are amazing. I could go on forever, but I have a review on these if you're curious. But I used those. They worked really well on this paper. They actually blended surprisingly well, and I don't know if it'll show on camera, but her apple here has stickles. Made some sparkle. And then I have one more in here, right here. I did this one with Ohuhu's alcohol markers also. I'm kind of new to alcohol markers, still learning. I was working to do like a purple hair, and it came out so-so. Her skin is actually colored. I colored her light gray though, because she's like a cat or something. I don't know. And then I tried to make fur with the alcohol markers. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm not like disappointed in it, but it's definitely not how I thought it would turn out. The hair I'm pretty pleased with. There's a couple spots that got blotchy and didn't quite turn out the way I had hoped, but oh well. So then I have, sadly, I only got to do one in this book before Halloween was over, but from Jasmine Beckett Griffith's Halloween coloring book, I have this one called The Little Candy Witch. I did this with Prismacolors, except her skin. I actually used my pan pastels just because I wanted to practice more with those. I'm really loving them. They make skin work so much easier. I can't even believe it. I'm never using pencils for skin again. And then I did Prismacolors to do her hair, and I didn't do my usual like chunky style hair I do on these. I actually went for the strands just because I was testing out a new black hair combo. I honestly don't like Prismacolors for hair just because they're so soft that you're sharpening them so often. I prefer the luminance and polychromos if I had to pick. I'm not sure if this is complete or if I'm going to do a background. I feel like it needs one. I just don't know what. I was thinking maybe like a dark blue. I don't know. But if you guys have some suggestions, I'd love to hear what you think for background, because I'm stumped. But I'm going to keep that marked so I don't forget to not do it. Alright. I did a couple in Romantic Country, the third tail, and they're kind of whips also. So I have this one that I started on. It's like the little witch's house that's for sale. I'm actually going to use my Neo colors, so that's why I was doing that practice one in the Dreamlings book, because I plan to use the Neo colors to color in the trees, the grass, and the sky back here. So I was kind of testing them on the Dreamlings picture. This is colored with polychromos. I find that polychromos work really well on this super like smooth paper. Prismacolors too. And then I did this one here that is still a work in progress also. Can you believe how many whips I've got going? I just need to do the carpet, which I was actually going to do with my pencils, and I just kind of got sidetracked on other things. But I colored this with my Derwent Light Fast, and they take incredibly well to this paper. You can keep layering them. They just worked so awesome, and hopefully you guys can see some of the detail. I also added my glaze pen, but it never shows up on camera for the bottles. But yeah, it blended really well. I used a glaze, clear glaze over the glass and these bottles here. And there's some stickles on these chains. All I have left is I need to finish this carpet and this flooring. But I was pretty impressed with how well they work on this paper. Alright. So here's an actual completed page, finally. This one, I started with Holbein's, believe it or not. I own Holbein's, and I rarely use them because for some reason I don't like them. Am I like the only person out there that doesn't like them? But I colored this hat and its feathers and this hat. And then I switched over to polychromos. The Holbeins do not do well on this paper, like at all. Whether you press hard or you layer, they get like this crumbly, weird thing going on, and they actually leave like these specks. And yeah, it was a hot mess. So after I had colored this one and this one, I realized I was going to have to get rid of those and use something else. So I swapped my polychromos and I finished it up, and I like the way it turned out. It was pretty cute, and I've always wanted to color that page. Alright, so from Cute Witches by Jade Summer. I normally don't buy these cutesy books, but I did, and I've had a lot of fun. So I did this one because it was so stinking cute. But I did this one with Black Widows, I believe. Yes, it was Black Widows. And they do really well on this paper. It is that cheap Create Space paper, so you do have to do some extra work, but your best friend is the Caran d'Ache Full Blender. I use that on this Create Space paper, and no matter what, you can get a smooth finish, and it turns out really well. So I did that one, and then I did this one, also with Black Widows. I actually did a video tutorial on the stonework here. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but I have like the green flames. They have glitter on the ends. And there's actually like a green glow on the stones, but with my new camera setting so far away, I can't peek and see if you see it all. But yeah, this was also done with the Black Widows and the full blender just to get that smooth finish. Alright, then I did a picture in Nice Little Tone Halloween. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. I actually used my Derwent Pro Color pencils for this. Pro Colors are really frustrating to work with. They're very, very hard. They don't lay down well at all. Like, not even close. But, again, to the rescue is the full blender. This thing is like magic. I don't know why I haven't ever used it until this month, but oh my gosh, it turned Pro Colors into a dream to work with. Like, all of this smoothed out. Yeah, I went and bought like a bajillion of these on Amazon because I'm blowing through these things like water now. So this is all done with Pro Color except the tree. I did Amazon, or not Amazon, Arteza watercolor pencils just because I wanted to play around with it. Alright, and then, of course, would it be my channel without some mandalas? No. So, 50 Autumn Mandalas. I did a few, as usual, with glitter gel pens, so nothing fancy schmancy, but I did this front page, and then I did my This Book Belongs To page. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I loved this book when I first got it, and then when I started actually coloring in it, I decided I really didn't like it that much. A lot of the images don't, I like to do mandalas with gel pens or alcohol markers, and so this book ended up not working as well as I thought. So I didn't do a ton considering, but here's another one I did with my glitter gel pens, trying to keep like with fall colors. Oh, I got my little page markers all over the place. Hang on. Maybe it'll be easier to just do it this way. Maybe this one. Okay, so I have another one here I did. And as you can see, it's just a gel pen again. And I left the moon white. I just thought it would give an extra effect. But there's another one in here. It's just hiding from us. Oh, there we go. So I can get my little taggies out of there. So I did this one also with my glitter gel pens. I don't really know if the sparkle translates well. And the sunlight in here today is really weird. So I'm not getting I barely even see the sparkles myself. Yeah, that was all I did from this book. And honestly, I don't know if I'll bother with it. It was a good book. I mean, cute images, but not really gel pen friendly. I guess I could have broken out my alcohol markers more, but for Inktober. And the last but not least is my favorite one. So I printed this one out. I showed it during my fall book haul part 2, and this is a PDF. I'll leave a link to the picture in the description below if you want to do this one. I think she has a 4-pack on sale right now. So I did this skin work all with Pan Pastel, and this was my first time ever using Pan Pastel, and I really love them. So, because like I said, I have avoided portraits forever just because I'm so skin tones, but I really enjoyed the Pan Pastels. Like, I was able to add in the shading. I gave her blush. I was able to shade over here, add highlights without worrying about my freaking pencils. I'm still learning hands and all that, but I thought it turned out really well, and I even used a little initially to shade her lips and then went over it just lightly with a pencil. but I love the way her eyes turned out. Hopefully you guys can see those. Eyes and the hair. So the hair, like I said, I don't like to use Prismacolors. Luminance is what I like to do. And this hair took me forever. I don't even want to think about how long I spent on that hair. Just flicking and flicking and flicking. And there's about 7 or 8 colors in that hair, but I loved it, how it turned out. I loved how her eyes turned out. I'm nervous about portraits, like I said, the skin, eyes, and everything. I love doing hair. I'm great. You give me a picture with hair, I'm good. Like that one from Mariola Budek with just hair. Love that. But I've always avoided the faces. But with those pan pastels, I am all about it now. So I'm going to do more. And then all of this is done. The rest is in the luminance. It turned out pretty well. I took a while thinking of a color for the dress. And I like the way the blue turned out. It got a little dicey down here that I need to kind of go over. The problem is my paper got burnished, so I'm gonna have to fix that another way. But I liked how it came out, and it is my favorite, especially because I finally can say that I have tackled skin and like a whole portrait, and it didn't kill me, so I'm happy there. And I did spray it with a fixative. If you ever do the pan pastels, oh my gosh, spray that stuff. It moves. And there's no joke about it. Like, I was able to just like lift it with my finger. So I had done her face first and then sprayed it down. And then I worked on everything else. And like I said, it's all done in luminance. And, you know, I even colored in the back tattoo. I was going to do more with the glass. At first I was going to make it like a black glass with a white spider web, but after I colored it in with the grays, I kind of enjoyed the way it looked, so I just left it. And then, yeah, overall I was pretty happy with it, but like I said, my favorite thing was the eyes. Just like, oh, finally, I figured out eyes. I can't tell you how many times I've printed out eyes just to practice eyes. So I was happy that I was finally able to put what I practiced, that in hair, and succeeded. So this is my favorite, if I haven't said that and you couldn't tell by now. This is my favorite one for the month. I just love the way it turned out. But that is all I colored. I do have a work in progress for a color along I'm doing for Amazon Basics pencils. Don't worry, I am gonna finish it. Things just got a little crazy around here and I had some technical difficulties and yeah, it just, but I'll be doing part 4 here very soon. And these are just Amazon Basics pencils and they actually work pretty well, so I've been pleasantly surprised. But that is all I've covered this month. I wish I could say I've done more. Feels like I've done a ton, but then people will show like 30 pages. Like, man, I can't color very fast, I guess. But it's because I only have a couple hours here or there during the day, and some of these things take longer. Like I said, this one took forever. Her hair, oh my. But I hope you guys had a wonderful October and you are ready for November, and I am definitely ready because Thanksgiving, turkey. Am I the only nerd that just loves Thanksgiving for the food and all that? It's like my favorite holiday ever. But I hope you all had a safe Halloween and you're doing well. I know everything is getting crazy again, at least it is here. I actually got an alert on my phone today that almost comes off like an Amber Alert, but it was a statewide alert about how bad COVID is in our state and the new restrictions. That was a first. So I was like, okay, I'm glad I just don't leave my house ever. But everyone stay safe, enjoy your November, and I will be doing some more color alongs. And I think I'm going to do a portrait color along, teach you guys how I do hair. Everyone has their own technique. While it is all flicking, we all have our own ways of doing it and color combos. So I think I'll do that, and I think I'm going to do some on eyes because I've probably done hundreds of eyes privately practicing them. So I think I'm going to do a few tutorials on eyes as well. But thank you guys for watching, and until next time, just stay safe and take care.